now we have a few ladies here to tell us about the Bright Stars for Hope fundraiser, which is a really cool event coming up here in Oshkosh. I have Debbie Peters and Julia Solomon, just how it looks. So welcome, ladies, to Oshkosh today, and thanks for joining us. So you're here to talk about, it's called the Bright Stars for Hope fundraiser. Maybe before we get into the details of the event, you each could tell us a little bit about what your involvement is, what your role is in the organization and the event. So.
Sure. I'll start if you don't mind, Debbie.
Go right ahead.
I work at Affinity Health System, part of Ascension, and I am a community health improvement leader. And part of what I do is I work very closely with other community partners, and every 3 years we go through a very comprehensive process called a community health needs assessment, where we talk with our community partners and residents of our communities and ask them, what are some health needs that are bubbling up, coming up to the surface that need addressing. And our community was very forthright telling us that mental health, and specifically suicide, was an issue that we needed to address. So as a healthcare system, we looked at evidence-based practices and suicide prevention, and I'm so glad to be collaborating with Community for Hope. They are one of our community partners, and so as a community health improvement leader, I work very closely with Community for Hope and Debbie, including being on the planning committee for the Bright Stars fundraiser.
Wow, excellent. So very, very involved in, from the very
correct from the very beginning.
Project.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, Debbie, what about you?
Well, I'm the executive director for Community for Hope, and we were formed over 15 years ago in direct response to a large number of youth who died by suicide. That has evolved to expanding our mission to cover all ages. Winnebago County, specifically in the state of Wisconsin, has one of the highest suicide rates. We've lost 30 people to suicide last year. Elderly, very young, age 15 I believe is the youngest, and I believe the oldest is age 93. And it's an epidemic. And again, we are looking to prevent suicide, teach intervention skills, and then offer grief support. So being a nonprofit organization, we are responsible for fundraising and to cover our operational expenses. And Bright Stars was actually the brainchild of Patty Calhoun, whose husband was the former president of Mercy Medical Center through Affinity and Ascension. They are our number one sponsor this year. So very committed to changing the epidemic in this area of suicide.
Definitely. And education is one of those things, just people understanding it is an epidemic. It is. It's a huge issue that not a lot of people tend to like to talk about. And so that's why you're here today, and that's why this fundraiser is taking place, to not only raise money to help support your organization, but also to get the word out and to make people aware of what's going on behind the scenes that might sometimes be brushed off a little bit.
Right,
So.
and it's a difficult topic to talk about, especially this time of the year. And the Bright Stars for Hope event is a very uplifting, feel amazing evening. We have 10 contestants each year. This is our 6th year doing it. And they're all middle school or high school youth, grades 6 through 12, extremely talented, and they perform. We have a celebrity judge panel, kind of like The Voice,
Ooh,
or
fun.
that type of thing. And we don't have Simon Cowell. Nobody on our
That's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
Howard
exactly.
Stern.
Or Howard Stern. But we're bringing in Janet Planet, Steve March Torme, Herb Berenson, just some really fun people that want to keep everybody positive and encourage these young kids.
I think this year we even have Miss Oshkosh.
Yes, we do.
Ooh, very special
As one of our
celebrity.
judges. As one of our judges.
So it's a talent show, or a talent event, you could say. What all is involved in the evening outside of the talent portion? for someone who's coming, I guess there's some little bit of snacks and
Yes.
drinks, that kind of thing.
Yummy snacks. We had a taste testing last Friday.
That's
which
always
was,
my first question.
Yes.
Like, where's the food?
Where's the food?
There's also a silent auction.
Yes.
Lots of good food, of course, and the main show is watching and applauding and being in total awe of the local youth talent. We have singers, we have a pianist, we have a couple of dancers as well. Last year I think we had a magician. So it just blows your mind, the quality of this local talent right here in Oshkosh.
Yeah, so it could be a full night of entertainment for anyone who attends. I love the variety of talent as well, the variety of different entertainment that you're getting too. How much does it cost to attend if you'd like to go to the Bright Stars for Hope?
Sure. It's $40 a seat. And if you'd like to occupy a table of 8, it's $300 for 8. So you get a little break on that. If you're not able to join us that night, we would love silent auction items, sponsorships. We have a variety of levels of sponsorships, and any donations, and they're all tax deductible, and they help us continue to serve our mission in Winnebago County.
Definitely, yes. And you always have to encourage, if you're not able to make it, that doesn't mean you're not able to help and contribute.
Correct. Absolutely.
And so we have that graphic up there. If we've got your website, mail, if you're interested in making donations, all the information can be found there. You mentioned a silent auction. I have to ask, any preview on some of the items yet, or are we keeping it under wraps?
Oh, yes. We have an item from the Green Bay Packers. We have an autographed football in a beautiful case.
Those
and
Packer items are always really popular.
Yes.
They are. And then our co-chair, Dr. Susan Zabo, she's a pediatrician at Affinity. She and her husband have been kind enough to auction off their home in Door County for, I believe it's going to be Memorial Day weekend. It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. So, and we have we have Coach purses, we have
jewelry,
lots of jewelry, just some fun things. So there's some bigger ticket items, and there's some not so big ticket items that we find with the variety of things that we have that people usually walk away with what they want.
Definitely. Oh, so cool. So it's a really fun way to get involved, to support. And I love the description that you gave it. It's an uplifting event in light of the not so uplifting cause, which is so important. So one last time, if you'd like to recap date, time, location of the Bright Stars for Hope fundraiser.
Certainly. It's on Friday, February 24th at the Oshkosh Convention Center. Doors open at 5:30, heavy hors d'oeuvres, cash bar, silent auction. We'll also be featuring during our mealtime a group from Touch of Class from Neenah High School, which will be wonderful too. So competition starts at 7 and then we wrap up at about 9.
Very fun night out,
It is.
all for a great cause. And one last time, where can we find more information about the organization?
You can get your tickets directly online at www.communityforhope.org.
Well, that's easy enough.
Yes, it is.
Yes. Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today.
Oh, thank
Best
you.
of luck in the last of your planning.
Thanks.
And looking forward to a really great event. So
Yes.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oshkosh Today was supported in part by the Friends of OCM. And Aurora Healthcare, 855 Northwest Haven Drive. Set design provided by House of Flowers, 1920 Algoma Boulevard. Oshkosh Today.